High Chancellor Vorel of the Calorine Coalition stood over a flickering holotable, his eyes locked on the disaster report. Entire fleet divisions, stealth cruisers, dark wave infiltrators, ships that hadn't been seen in over a century of black ops, all exposed, all neutralized, and no trace of any weapon fired. "Tell me again," he growled, "how a species with analog radios and combustion engines just disarmed the most covert fleet in our history." Across from him, Commander Threx, normally confident, always composed, shifted uneasily. "They didn't disarm us, Chancellor. They embarrassed us." Threx tapped the console. A 3D rendering of Derivex 9 shimmered into view. A lifeless, rocky moon orbiting a quiet gas giant. No settlements, no major resources, but a key tactical choke point in Coalition territory. The Calorine had sent their cloaked ships to establish silent control, a prelude to invasion. No transmissions, no engine flares, no electromagnetic trace, a perfect ambush. Then, the signal came. Not a weapon, not a hack, just sound. A strange layered frequency on ancient analog bands, disorganized at first, then rhythmic, patterned. "It started as noise," Threx said, "but then it became music." The display shifted, now showing flocks of native Duravian birds, glowing softly in infrared. Small, agile flyers with hypersensitive hearing, used to navigate the moon's frequent solar storms. When the human song began, deep, rhythmic pulses, rising tones, a melody both haunting and energetic, the birds reacted. Violently. Thousands took flight in massive flocks. Their movements weren't random. They flew directly toward gravitational anomalies. Anomalies caused by the supposedly cloaked Calorine ships. The birds illuminated them in glowing patterns. Not for long, mere seconds, but enough for ground-based human scouts to triangulate every position with precision. They weren't seen through tech. They were revealed by rhythm. Vorel sat in the crimson-lit war chamber of the Galactic Alliance, flanked by Andari observers and Vintari telepaths. The Terran ambassador, a middle-aged woman in a weathered gray uniform, stood calm and collected before the crowd. "Our species didn't break your encryption," she said, folding her arms. "We didn't fire a single shot." "Your music weaponized local fauna," one diplomat snapped. The ambassador smiled faintly. "Number We played jazz." Murmurs rippled through the chamber. "You see," she continued, "you've mastered machinery, technology, cloaking, perfection. We come from a world of chaos. Our atmosphere changes hourly. Our oceans rage. Our predators adapt mid-hunt. We don't chase perfection. We court unpredictability." A Vintari general whispered, "And you use music as sonar?" "No," the ambassador replied. "We use the ecosystem. We listen to the world around us and let it do the rest." Cut to weeks earlier, inside a crude Earth command post hidden beneath Derivex's surface. Lieutenant Maya Ivers, a human resonance analyst, played tones through an old analog speaker. "Watch the birds," she said, pointing. A junior cadet stared as the avians spiraled into coordinated patterns. "They're not reacting to sound. They're reacting to mood," she said. "The rhythm makes them anxious. The pitch makes them hunt." She adjusted the dials again. The birds scattered, then regrouped, forming vortex-like swarms around empty patches of air. "Wait," the cadet whispered. "Are they mapping something?" Maya smirked. "Not something. Someone." Back at Calorine Command, Chancellor Vorel replayed the recordings in silence. At first, he saw only erratic flocks, but upon closer examination, it was choreographed. Each human musical note timed to provoke a specific avian response. Their movements exposed weak points in the fleet. Vibrations from low-frequency bass disrupted cloaking fields. High tones caused energy signature spikes. This was never about targeting our ships directly, Vorel muttered. They were orchestrating an ecosystem. His war advisor entered quietly. Sir, we've uncovered something else. She placed a data slate on the table. It showed previous human combat logs, battles in volcanic zones, electromagnetic storms, even collapsing space anomalies. In every case, the humans used terrain, weather, local life, chaos as part of their plan. They call it adaptive tactical resonance, she said. Vorel stared blankly. They weaponize environments the way we weaponize lasers. The advisor nodded. They don't fight the battlefield, they become it. Meanwhile, aboard the UNS Arcadia, Admiral Chen debriefed her team. You sure they won't declare it cheating? One pilot asked. Chen laughed. Let them. No rule against listening. Lieutenant Ivers leaned forward. They thought we were reading data. We were reading emotion. The birds were our sensors. Their moon was our net. Think they'll retaliate? Another asked. Chen nodded. Eventually, but not until they understand what we did. And by then, Maya grinned. They'll be learning jazz. One cycle later, during the next Coalition War Games, High Chancellor Vorel made a surprise move. He requested Lieutenant Maya Ivers as an official advisor. When the press asked why a proud Colorine war leader would invite a human to teach his people, he replied simply, We mastered silence. They mastered sound. It's time we learn to listen.